Hello everyone and welcome back to the Regular Size Man podcast. Today on the show we got some exciting stuff such as a Suicide Squad cast reveal and plenty of other fun stuff. So make sure you stick around, wait, and usually they say 2 or 3 things when they say what's coming, but we just have the one special thing. So stick around for that. Thanks. So welcome back to episode 17 of the Regular Size Man podcast. My name is Sam and I'm joined by my good friend Jacob, and I just smacked my elbow on the desk.
You did very well to do that,
funny
mate.
Bone. Anyway, whilst I go and rub my elbow better, how was your week, Jacob?
My week was actually pretty damn good, to be honest with you.
You don't sound convinced, but I'm glad.
No, I was. I started watching Aquaman because it came back on Netflix. I watched it for the first time. I think I've said on this podcast, definitely have. I didn't like it. I don't feel as strongly about not liking it, but I still definitely see why I didn't. There are the same things that I felt was wrong with it are still there. So that's fun.
Well, it is the same movie.
It is the same movie. Yeah, but I thought, I don't know, 6 months, how many long? Like 8 months down the track, I thought, it might be a bit different, but it's not. It really isn't.
Well, that's upsetting.
Yeah. How about you, man?
Yeah, not bad. And my dad just walked in. Hi, Dad.
G'day, lads.
How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm very good.
Am I going to be on the podcast?
Would you like to be on the podcast?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't think I've got a voice for it. I've got a head for it.
You got a head for radio but not a voice?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we'll leave you to it. Well,
Good luck, gents.
Thanks you very much.
We'll talk to you later. Is he pissed?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if you heard any of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my dad's good, clearly.
Yeah.
And I'm not too bad, thanks. I found out today that next week is the last week of classes for uni.
Yeah, it is.
I finish on the 2nd of October.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. And my family's going away to Bali on Saturday for the week without me. So I'm going to have a free house next week, which is very exciting.
Interesting.
Not that I'm going to do anything, but...
Who knows?
What are you trying to say?
Hey, who knows? I mean, I heard these... Look, we could do a live streaming with the podcast. Could get pretty rowdy.
We could. We
get people knocking on the door, man.
We very well could. I'm also probably going to play a lot of COD because the Modern Warfare beta is going to be having its second weekend this weekend. So
okay, interesting.
I'll be having a bit of fun on that because I had a bit of fun last weekend. But other than that, I finished The Flash season 1 last night.
You did finish it?
I finished season 1.
What are your thoughts?
It fucking killed me because 23 episodes of 45 minutes. It's a long ass time. It's a lot of hours.
It's a very long time.
It killed me and it's ruined my sleep schedule. I think I stayed up till about 3 or 4 in the morning. 3 or 4 times watching that show.
Wow. What happens at the end? I forget.
Spoiler alert for the next 30 seconds. He goes back in time to save his mum and he decides he's not going to do it.
That's right, yes.
Because other Flash tells him not to.
Yeah. And
then he goes back and then Eddie shoots himself to to get rid of Wells from the time or whatever, Thorn from the universe. And I would have liked a bit more between Barry and Wells, like another fight scene.
Okay.
I don't know. It just kind of felt like...
Don't you worry, my friend.
He's probably going to come back.
Don't you worry.
So he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
I'm too scared to start the second season because I'm like...
The second season is, I think, a little bit better than the first. And if anything, it's just as good. It's season 3 where it starts to dip.
Yeah, but it's just so much and so much time and...
Just take your time with it.
But okay, I can take my time with it and also finish uni soon. So it's it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's all right.
See?
But I also got other shows to watch. And
yeah,
I need to make a full-on schedule for myself.
You really do.
But I'm also planning heading into the holidays. I actually want to be watching at least one TV show, one movie a day because I really want to get my pop culture up. So
pop culture up, yeah.
I want it to pop.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
I want to be a full-time nerd. And
I kind of want to start doing that too. Yeah.
So we'll do that, and we can have a little date every week about it.
For that.
So yeah, that's that. But otherwise, my week has been stock standard.
Yeah. Actually, Brian prompted me with something. So he watched Solo for the first time.
Yes.
The Star Wars story.
Yes, good movie.
And we have definitely talked about Rogue One on this podcast and both of our feelings towards that movie. He thinks that Solo is better than Rogue One.
Oh.
But he's going to rewatch Rogue One to determine that. So I thought maybe we could do one where we watch both.
We can compare.
And then compare.
I'm trying to remember. I remember watching Solo. I really like Solo. I'm trying to go all the way back to Rogue One because that was a long ass time ago.
I like Solo more than it, better than it was reviewed.
Yep.
but I still think Rogue One's better.
I liked both. I remember liking both.
Yeah.
But I remember how much I liked Rogue One because I really liked Solo. It was one of my favorite.
Yeah, I do need to watch Rogue One again. I said to Brian, I need to watch both, to be honest, as a refresher.
Yeah,
so let's
okay.
do that. I think we should do that.
What do we call it? Like a
Mate, I got no idea. Don't put me in the spot like
a
that.
comparison series, like we just compared two movies.
I think so. I think that might be might be what we have to do.
The
Yeah.
comparison corner. All right, that's shocking.
No,
Moving
that's
on.
horrible.
So we have one box office update for the week, and that is the Joker movie, which premieres October 4th in cinemas.
Mhm,
Yes,
that's what I
correct.
heard, yeah.
Fantastic. So it is expected to make $88 million on the opening weekend domestically with a $55 million budget.
Yeah.
Now that's a very, very, very good opening weekend.
Yeah. To put that
Just domestically,
to,
keep in mind.
Yeah. To put that in comparison as well. So that's an R movie as well. R in America, I presume MA in Australia.
Correct.
To put that in comparison, Justice League had 93 million in its opening weekend, and that was on a $300 million budget.
Oh God.
So
oh God.
yeah.
I've heard it was a very low budget movie. Which is, I mean, because it was a film festival one.
It's just
as well.
costumes as well. I mean, really, like there wasn't. I'm
Fucking
assuming not
$55
many,
million
not
costumes
many
are
practical.
expensive.
Yeah, I'm assuming not many practical effects though.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's more of a story. There wasn't really need for effects besides the Joker costumes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's very exciting. I'm very
exciting.
I'm very keen because
Yep.
I'm getting hyped up. This movie, the date's approaching. It's under a month. It's probably 3 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks.
About that, 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
So it is very exciting. That regular size review is going to be very hot and spicy.
I'm very excited
I'm
for that
very
regular
excited
size
because we
review.
didn't do an It one because Jacob saw It. This is what you didn't
I
say.
did see it. Oh yes, I did. Yeah, sorry, I
You
didn't
saw
say
It
that. Yeah.
and he saw it without me, and now I have no desire to see it. So
Look, I don't blame you. Look,
you told me it was trash as well.
I'll put a poll on our Instagram to see if people want to see it, and even if Sam doesn't want to see it, I'll do one.
Yeah, do
but-
it because you got other people that want to
Yeah,
do it.
but I'll put a poll up, see if people want to see it.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And we had one trailer come out this week. There wasn't a lot of trailers.
Not really.
There was only this one.
Yeah.
And this was something. This was like a last minute decision to talk about, which was the second trailer for Ford versus Ferrari, which is a story about how Ford overcame everything and took down Ferrari
Yeah.
in the Le Mans
Mhm.
back in like the 60s or something. It's
Not
like
sure.
It's a long.
I think it's the 60s. Yeah.
60s or it's around the 60s or 70s or maybe even 50s. It's around that era, and it's to do with Carroll Shelby, who developed the Shelby,
Mhm.
where the name comes from the car.
Yep.
And it's based on a true story. Apparently, it's going to be it's an amazing story, like the real story. So I'm really excited for this movie as a car-like person myself.
Enthusiast, some would say.
Car enthusiast.
Yes.
I wouldn't say enthusiast. I don't know a lot about cars,
Oh,
but
okay.
I really enjoy looking at them and
Looking
driving
at
them.
Yes. Yeah.
And working out that I can't buy them.
Yeah.
but-
Of course.
But I guess you could say borderline enthusiast.
Yep.
So I'm excited, and even you enjoyed the trailer.
Yeah, and I'm
you're not a
nowhere
car
near.
person,
I'm
yeah.
not a car enthusiast or fan nearly as much as a lot of other people are. So,
Yeah.
but I did like it. It looked really like. I remember watching the first trailer and I was like, that kind of looks interesting. But this one definitely gets me. I think I do
Yeah.
want to watch this one.
Well, it has a good cast. It's got Christian Bale. It's got Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's got a very good cast as well. But it's been a movie that's kind of gone a bit under the radar. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
When does it come out?
November.
Let me look it up
I think it's November 25th.
because
That rings a bell to my head.
But that could be, like that could be when it's like it's hold on. It says 28th of June 2019.
No, don't say
Oh.
that.
Okay, no. 14th of November.
Okay, I was gonna say.
It does actually say 28th of June 2019.
Oh well, I was gonna say if it's already out, why would the
No.
trailer come out? After
Yeah,
the
it says
movie?
14th of November, so they probably got another month before they start really
ramping up.
ramping up the press and stuff.
That's true.
Which I'd imagine they do.
You'd hope so because it looks like a really good movie.
Yeah, and the budget's only 97 million, so it's not
Not bad.
overly expensive for considering for a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
But that looks good. I'm keen for that one
yeah.
because there's not a lot of movies that are really like dropping trailers and stuff. at the
Yeah, I
moment.
mean, because it's that period after summer, after America's summer, and before the winter, where all the Christmas stuff comes out, where it's kind of like,
yeah,
what's happening?
yeah, exactly, exactly. But you know what we do have?
I do know what we have.
We have the rumor mill.
Yes, we do.
Hang on.
Yep, cue the buzzer. There
Oh, I
we go.
was quiet.
Go again. Gotta
I'm
cue it.
sorry. I've disappointed you.
Come on, let's go.
Sorry.
There we go.
Rumor mill time. Let's go.
Alright, so the first one. So a new rumor suggests that both Ronda Rousey and Rosario Dawson are being eyed to play She-Hulk in the Disney Plus series. So Sam, which one of the two would you like to see cast as the Hulk's cousin?
See, I don't know a lot about Rosario Dawson, so I would prefer Ronda Rousey, only because the way she acted in Fast and Furious when she played like that badass female bodyguard, I feel like she'd be suited that. And now that she's in the WWE as well, she's kind of got that acting background.
Yep.
So I would like to see Ronda Rousey. Plus, she's a badass UFC fighter, and I know for a fact she could kick my ass.
Well, if it gives you any more of a reference, Rosario Dawson's in the new 2K game. She's in the My Career. She's the therapist. Can cross me up. Yes, she can cross you up. She's a therapist, and she's also in the Luke Cage show.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm still going with Rosario Dawson.
Interesting.
I'm still going with Ronda Rousey.
Interesting.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving on. So, sort of playing off news about the possible introduction of Ironheart last week, there's been a strong indication that a Young Avengers limited series is being developed for Disney+. So, if you could pick the team, who would you like to see join the lineup of the Young Avengers?
Okay, well, off the top of my head, if I'm trying not to go too far out there. I'm trying to think of people already within the MCU or coming to the MCU. So, I'm definitely going to go with Kate Bishop as a new Hawkeye.
Of course.
Cassie Lang
yes, I like that
as
one.
Either an Ant-Woman or like a young Wasp. I'm thinking probably. Apparently, there's going to be a new Black Widow, a young Black Widow in the Black Widow movie. So maybe her, possibly as a kind of secret agent type. Who else we got? You probably can't do Jane Foster as Thor, so she's probably out. But I'd probably go with a rumor coming up later that Wiccan is going to be in the WandaVision series, who is Scarlet Witch's son. Maybe I'll put Wiccan in there. It's kind of hard. Maybe, I mean, if Ironheart was coming in, maybe Ironheart as well.
She might feature in the series.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's kind of hard to put it because I would have had Spider-Man lead them, but like he's not there. So.
No, stop it. Shut up.
But yeah, I'm probably just gonna go with that one. I reckon.
All right,
yeah.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Alrighty.
All right, and finally, the last rumor for Rumor Mill this week. Probably the most reported rumor of the week, to be honest. Marvel Studios are apparently looking to cast a person of color in the roles of Professor X and Magneto for when they join the MCU. Is this fresh take on the two iconic figures a good idea, you think, from Marvel?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all with you. I reckon go for it. Like, we've already seen a long history of white Magneto and white Professor X. I think a person of color is definitely not the worst thing they could do to these characters.
Look, Hollywood, Blue People are the second highest grossing film of all time. So,
very, very good point.
If you want to go green, go
green,
pink, yellow,
rainbow, even an assortment of colors as such.
Just get the head and just dunk it in a rainbow.
Yeah. Or
Skittles.
Skittles. Or, Fruit Tingles. Like those ones with the multicolored ones where you open up. Yeah, I reckon like a little one of those. They're speckled with different colors.
That's a box office hit.
Anything
right
could
there.
work.
Alrighty. Well, that is the end of the Rumor Mill. Thank you for listening.
Awesome.
So, heading into our first Marvel news report of the week. So, a new report from Deadline suggests that Robert Downey Jr. will be reprising his role as Tony Stark in the upcoming Black Widow movie in a minor role. People were very excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
The fan response on this, leak was wow.
Yeah.
I just think that
wow is really what to say to that.
Yeah, they were very excited. I just don't think RDJ wants to let this role go.
It's kind of for me. It's kind of like the thing we talked about last week with the Ironheart series. I don't want to see him reprise the role. It's for the Black Widow movie to come out a year after Endgame. I don't want to see him back as Iron Man so soon. If the Black Widow movie was maybe 2021 or 2022, like a bit later, sure, I guess, but not so soon. What do you think?
I think if he's not Iron Man, I'd be okay with it.
Well, he's going to have to be. What do you mean?
No, but okay.
You think if he means if he's just Tony?
I just want him to be Tony. I don't want him to be Iron Man. I want to see him in any fights or anything. I just want to see him maybe in a flashback. It's like a scene of never before of like Tony and Natasha talking about something, or it's like a flashback to something that happened in the past as well, or maybe when he was Iron Man and a battle and how he saved her life. I don't know. I'm just giving examples. You know what I mean? It's a flashback to something, or I'd rather him just be Tony in a minor role on maybe a conversation or a flashback, right? And I'd be okay with that.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely say that. I'd definitely be much more okay with him being Tony. And on that, I think what might happen is I mean, because this place takes place right after Civil War and before Infinity War. So that's right after Widow shot, what's his name?
Black Panther?
Black Panther from getting Bucky and Cap. So she kind of swaps teams. So she's obviously gone back to Russia in this one to, do what she has to do and wants to do. So it's kind of like maybe Tony's looking for her. So I suppose maybe he might not be in a role of Iron Man. Maybe he's traveled to Russia as Tony.
Yeah.
And I'd definitely be much more okay with that. Like you said.
If they he goes to Russia and tries to talk some sense to her.
Yeah.
For to come back for Infinity War or whatever.
I think I'm more of a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be it. Who knows? As long as he doesn't take over.
Suit.
No, as long as he doesn't take over the movie.
So you're saying a lot less of a role than what he had in Homecoming?
Similar. I'd be similar because I don't think he took over Homecoming.
I thought he was a bit. I liked it in Homecoming, but I don't want the same role. I don't want the same amount of screen time that he had in.
Maybe a few less minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
but I felt like his screen time in Homecoming was kind of setting up Far From Home.
That's true. Yeah, fair.
So who knows? Who knows? Anyway,
hold on, just on that, I do think this is true though.
Yes, no, I reckon it's definitely true.
Think it's true.
I feel like the close relationship they had, it's definitely going to be true that they're going to feature some part of her and of him with her in the movie.
I'm not surprised another Avenger will be in this movie.
No, definitely not. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's that. Cool. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's move on.
So also another report coming from GWW reports that they have heard activity at Marvel Studios pointing towards a development of a Silver Surfer movie.
What do you think, dude?
I don't really know. Wait, Silver Surfer's the big bad that works with Galactus?
Yeah, he basically seeks out planets for Galactus to devour. And then he has another role when he goes off, but I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, if this is true, Galactus is the next big bad, apparently.
You'd think so, if that's the case.
You'd think so.
But I don't want to say that, I don't care.
It's a different take. I know that Marvel are exploring with the MCU and the things they do with the horror movie and Doctor Strange and the more spy movie Black Widow. But the only reason I would say that they would do this would be to set up Galactus. But then I kind of... I feel like if they... Okay, let's just say theoretically, Galactus is the next big bad and Silver Surfer is getting a movie. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I feel like it kind of be the way in the MCU, how originally in the first few phases, where they set up Thanos with
Loki.
Ronan.
And Ronan and Loki.
Ronan and Loki.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like this is their way of doing it differently. Silver Surfer setting up for Galactus, as Ronan set up for Thanos.
I like that.
That would be my theory of why this would happen.
Yeah. But if
this is the case,
I would have thought you'd have a Fantastic Four movie rather than a Silver Surfer movie.
Or maybe there is a Fantastic Four movie.
Maybe it's Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer as the villain.
Exactly. These are possible things.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I actually really like that. I really, really like that.
I'm telling you, man. I gotta go work at Marvel.
I think you do. You've been on fire today, more than ever. But I think that'd be good. If you've got him setting up Galactus, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
I think
it's it's like a backstory for Galactus. Because he's not really a known character like Thanos. He's probably got a...
Galactus?
Yeah.
To put it this way, he's not probably not he is to a lot of comic fans, but probably not to as... Thanos was somewhat known amongst non-comic book fans, but people that loved Marvel. I feel like Galactus probably isn't that.
Well, Thanos was a bit easy to understand. He's just a big purple dude that's a big fighting titan that wants to wipe half the Earth, whereas Galactus is a bit more complex.
That,
yeah. So...
That's for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that, dude. 100%.
Yeah. Well, that's that. So I would like Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer, but we'll see how we go.
Would you like a Silver Surfer movie, or would you prefer to see him in Fantastic Four as the main villain?
I'd prefer to see him in Fantastic Four, but I wouldn't be against the idea of Silver Surfer if Galactus was a big bad.
Okay,
I wouldn't be against it.
Fair enough.
But I'd be a bit skeptical.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even not a Disney Plus series.
He'd be the first
villain.
Yeah, to headline the movie.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting.
Interesting villain to start off with. I'd say. I would have.
Maybe it's a Galactus movie with Silver Surfer being a prominent part. We just know that Silver Surfer could possibly be in a movie.
Let's just leave it at that. Because otherwise we get into a massive wormhole of just all these different theories that we could throw out there. And trust me, we throw them out there.
We throw them out way too much. Yeah. Alrighty, so next, apparently WandaVision will debut the young Avenger known as Wiccan. It is assumed that the show will in the show that he'll be Scarlet Witch's son, as you mentioned before in the rumor mill.
Yeah.
So you know a bit about Wiccan?
I do. So his real name is William Billy Kaplan. He was bullied in school for being gay, as well as something else I can't remember, but for that. But he received a bit of advice once visiting the Avengers Mansion from Scarlet Witch that made him decide to fight back against his bullies. And he found out that he had a bit of like telekinetic powers, and he had a bit of like electricity to fight with. So he did that and nearly killed the bully. But then he later learned to use his powers and found out that he was actually a bit of like a wizard or a Wiccan. And yeah, he later joined the Young Avengers, and he actually adopted. He was a fan of Thor, so he actually adopted the name Asgardian, and that was his name. But then Scarlet Witch convinced him to change his name to Wiccan, that's what he's in the comics. So in the comics, he has no relation to Scarlet Witch.
Okay,
but the report and the rumor that we've heard is that he will be Scarlet Witch's son. Whether or not that means he's part Vision's son,
I was going to say,
we don't know.
Is it Vision's son, or she just had a little thing on the side?
I think don't know. yeah. She was like, I need a bit of other robot on the side. I think I would assume it'd be Vision's son.
You'd hope so.
Yeah,
because
again, like a lot of the theories have been for WandaVision that it's Wanda's vision for what her life would have been like had Vision been alive and in a normal reality. So maybe Wiccan comes in as a kid they both would have had.
Yeah,
and he has his powers.
But there you go. Well, there's your hot take from the regular sized men.
But then there you go. Like you got someone else joining the Young Avengers. Like you could actually set up the Young Avengers because you've got him. And I forgot this when I was saying before, but you've got Miss Marvel, the Miss Marvel TV show.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then you've got Cassie Lang if you wanted to, and then you've still got Kate
I would
Bishop.
like to see Cassie Lang
because I would really like to see Cassie
Ant-Man, like whilst he's like a fan loved character, he hasn't been as prominent as maybe some other characters.
I think you can make Cassie Lang really go into the Wasp role, like become the full-fledged Wasp character rather than have Hope.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Hope. Yeah, Hope. Yeah.
I'd like that. I like that.
I would like that too.
Alrighty, so shall we move on to Doctor Strange?
We shall.
So, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is the sequel coming out in 2021. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
go with that.
Yeah, which is the MCU's first horror movie, as we mentioned before. There's a leak that confirms that the Ancient One and Quicksilver returns for the movie.
Yeah, so this leak also leaked that, which we are going to talk about in possibly a separate podcast episode, that the villain Nightmare will be in this movie, with David Tennant playing that role. So it's pretty. I think this leak is very true.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the Ancient One because they go through the multiverse. The Ancient One will pop up there, I'm sure.
And you've got Wanda in this movie, so it makes sense. Quicksilver will be in the movie.
Exactly.
So I definitely think this is very true. But I like that. I haven't seen Quicksilver obviously since Ultron.
Since he died.
Yeah.
Since killed him off.
Since he didn't see that one coming. But yeah, I want to see both of them in it.
Yeah, I like Quicksilver, and the Ancient One's just
Ancient One.
Boss ass bitch. So
yeah, but it will be really cool. I'm so keen for that. I told you that movie is what I'm hanging for.
Oh, that's probably the movie. Doctor Strange, I felt like was one of the most underrated MCU movies.
I loved Doctor Strange so much.
I know you and Brian especially. You loved that movie.
100%.
And like first time I watched it, I was kind of like, eh, and then like I watched it again. I'm like, wow, this is actually an amazing movie.
Yeah.
So I
can't wait for the sequel. I can't wait.
And one of the things I really liked in the movie that I'm really like upset that they cut this out. Did you see the deleted scene of the first Doctor Strange where he helps the dog?
I don't think so.
Okay, so basically, long story short, he's walking in Kathmandu before he goes to the Ancient One, and he finds a dog that's like injured, and he helps it out using his like hands, like what's left of him.
Yeah,
and it was just very
sad,
but I thought it was a nice scene.
Okay,
but they cut it out. Anyway, that's that. Just before So anyway, we're moving over to DC now, and the Batman movie has received even more developments than last week, with the storyline rumored to be following Batman: The Long Halloween comic run. So, what is Batman: The Long Halloween?
Comic
run, Jacob?
I'll give you this. It's a very long story, so please give me some credit for narrowing it down to what I've cut it down to.
Not a run.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, go on. The floor is yours.
So it essentially continues the story that had been begun in Batman Year 1, so his origin, essentially, that's canon now. a storyline that Matt Reeves has stated that he will not be doing for the Batman movie. So that's why this kind of... It's a young Batman, so this seems very plausible this will be the case. So the story depicts Batman's rogue gallery slowly transitioning from simple mob figures to full-fledged supervillains. So Carmine Falcone is beginning to tighten his grip on the underworld of Gotham, with Batman, Gordon, and Harvey Dent all working long hours to prevent this from happening. On one Halloween night, a member of the Falcone crime family is shot dead, with 3 of the heroes put onto the case. The killings continue for months while Batman is attempting to locate the killer, visiting and interrogating a number of his most famous... Oh my God, I can't speak, man.
That's right, you're doing your best.
A number of his most famous villains, which adds to what we talked about in previous weeks, where it's going to be a detective thing where he stumbles across a lot of the villains thinking they're all the murderer.
Yep.
So the killer is nicknamed Holiday, as they mostly kill on events like Halloween and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And Batman...
Title, yep.
Sorry?
Hence the title of Long Halloween.
Exactly. And Batman seeks the help of Calendar Man in order to find him. Another member of the crime family, of Falcone's crime family, is found and revealed to be the killer, admitting to all of the crimes. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent is in court trying to convict the mob member, but has acid thrown onto him at the stand, and thus beginning his transformation into Two-Face. So this is an origin of Harvey Dent turning into Two-Face, as well as the whole Halloween run.
Oh.
Yeah. So eventually, Batman and Gordon begin to suspect that Dent was actually the Holiday killer. Based on that, so what they did was they went to his house and they found the gun that was identified as the gun that killed the
killer gun. Yeah.
And a whole lot of other information. But it's revealed at the end that there were in fact 2 killers: Harvey Dent and his wife.
Oh.
And his wife's motive was essentially that she wanted to see him more because he was working all these long hours. So she thought that by killing people like... I can't remember what it was. She thought that by killing members of the mob family, there'd be less crime. But
right.
it
That's
kind
a bold
of
strategy.
Yeah, but it kind of just meant that Dent was sent into this state of madness and became Two-Face. So that's what it's ended on. And yeah, that's essentially it.
Okay.
But I like it a lot.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'd really like to see that be follow the loose storyline of what it's going to be.
How does it go from there for Batman then?
That's it.
That's it?
It's it. They think Dent's the killer, and Dent just goes away as Two-Face. And then it ends with that. Yeah. The Dent is out there, and they pretty much know that he's the killer, but they don't know about his wife.
Right.
And then that'll probably be somewhat the end of the movie. So they'll probably change it, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably will change it for the movie, for the big screen. But it's interesting. It's definitely... I'm not against it.
I'm a big fan of it, to be honest.
I'm a fan of it. I think it's a...
It'll highlight everything that Reeves has said about wanting it to be a detective movie, among other things. And you'll get a good sense of the universe that he's in, and you'll see a lot of all the Batman villains. So I'm a fan of it.
It ticks all the boxes, is what you're saying.
It ticks all the boxes. 100% it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I'm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll adapt it a bit, but I like the premise.
I like the premise
or
too.
the inspiration.
Same, yeah, 100%. And it's not year one, so it'll be a bit more. It'll be a bit of an experienced Batman.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to really see a Batman that doesn't really know shit.
Yeah, nor do I want to see another old Batman.
Yeah,
So-
I'd like to see a younger Batman. So
Yeah.
it's ticking all the boxes.
100% it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a couple two things of gaming news that we're going to smash out this week. No TV news. Titans season 2's come out, but we can't find it anywhere in Australia, which sucks.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about Titans.
Nope.
And there's nothing else really coming out. Disney Plus is like November. So from now until about November, there's not really much out unless we start something else. And I'm not prepared to do that yet. So we're just going to skip the TV. And we have a couple of things of gaming news. So Modern Warfare, the beta was out over the weekend.
Yep.
You didn't play it?
I didn't play it, no.
Did you look at it at all?
I heard it was on. That's about it. I didn't get a look at it at all. How did you like it?
I liked it.
Yep.
The main thing was the mini map. So
I heard about this.
They took out the mini map. And
why?
Then after 2 days, everybody cracked the shits, and so they put it back in.
Okay, good.
So I didn't like the no minimap. It made people play very campy, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm putting out a video on my second channel explaining my thoughts on the beta overall. But quickly sum it up, it's quite fun, and I'm excited for the second weekend. But people just can't wait too much.
Yeah, fair enough.
And over past week as well, Borderlands 3 dropped.
Yeah.
So if you're a Borderlands fan,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that it came out.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a giant looter shooter with like cheesy like one-liners and just a big story. And there's over a billion guns in the game.
Actually, one of my friends, one of our friends, actually,
Okay.
you do know him. He's in the top 1% of the world. He finished the game in 19 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Already.
Yes.
That's like, that came out like 3 days ago.
Yeah. He finished it in 19 hours. The day it came out.
That's impressive. That's an impressive sesh.
Yeah,
You gotta tell me who this is after.
I will tell you after 2 days after. But yeah, 0.01% of the world.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
19-hour sesh. I wish I could do that.
Oh my God, I couldn't do that. No way I could do that.
I couldn't do it either. That's what I'm saying. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, to play the same game as well.
Oh no, it's definitely
You know?
a fun. It's one of those games you can play for 19 hours.
Yeah, I
but
guess
like
so.
being able to physically sit down and just like play the game straight for 19 hours.
That is true.
That's
true.
very impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, okay. So that's the game news done. Happy days. There's new games coming out soon, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like a odd period whilst we wait for like game seasons to start. It's starting soon, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, this period, there's no movies, there's no gaming. Like it's a very
after
weird.
summer, before Christmas. It's that odd period in between, but nothing really comes out.
Yeah.
But game season is starting very soon, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
But other than that, shall we talk about Suicide Squad?
I think we should.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
So we have made a comprehensive list of every single person that has been cast and what character they should play. Jacob has it on his laptop, so he's going to go through them, and we're going to discuss it if necessary. But this is who we're going to predict will be in the movie and what role, or not predict who, like this is who we predict every character that's in the movie is going to play.
Yeah. So in total, there's 24 characters. We both agree that we think probably about half of them will be killed off.
Probably.
Just to show the point of it being Task Force X and that's what Waller can do. So the returning characters are Viola Davis, Joel Kinnaman, Jai Courtney, and Margot Robbie. All those we presume will be reprising their roles as Amanda Waller, Rick Flag, Captain Boomerang, and Harley Quinn.
Yep,
so
that's fine. We're happy with that one.
Probably the biggest addition I'd say is Idris Elba.
Yeah.
We kind of went a little bit left of field. We said last week Bronze Tiger, and we're sticking with Bronze Tiger as his casting purely because I feel like, me personally, I feel like Deadshot, Will Smith's Deadshot was very good in the first one. Yeah. And to not have him back, I don't think they're going to have a Deadshot in again.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is what we agreed on.
Yeah, even though he is a staple of the Suicide Squad, I don't think he'll be returning.
No.
So we both agreed on that one. Moving on, so we got Pete Davidson.
Yep.
This one was pretty tricky.
This is our second hardest one behind Taika Waititi, but
yeah,
we'll get to him soon.
Yeah, obviously he's got the comedy aspect, but I don't think he's gonna play into that. I think I suggested Victor Zsasz, who, for those that don't know him, he's a Batman villain. He's basically just a serial killer that he kills women, I believe. And what he does is he writes like a mark on himself for every kill that he has. So he has all these scars on his body. I think he'll play him. I think he fits the look of Victor Zsasz pretty well. He's a little bit creepy with his smile as well.
Yeah,
so,
he's got the beady eyes.
Yeah, but again, that one was a bit of a tough one. Next we've got David Dasmalchian. If you don't know him, he's in the Ant-Man movies. He's the one that has the Baba Yaga story.
Ah, yes, I love that dude. The Baba
so very funny. After a bit of deliberation on this one, we went with Polka Dot Man.
Yes, we did.
So I don't think neither of us really know much about Polka Dot Man.
No.
But I think he can take his circles off him and throw them.
Okay.
So a bit of a weird bloke.
A bit left to centre.
A bit left to centre.
Bit Baba Yaga.
You know. Next we got John Cena as Peacemaker. So you know about Peacemaker, don't you? No. You don't? Okay, I'll go with Peacemaker. Yeah. So he's just like he's at the peak of human ability, physicality, evolution, yeah. And he just thinks that the best way to bring peace is to beat the shit out of people.
Fair enough. Like if nobody can beat him, then
yeah. I mean, I'd probably go with that. We
deliberated with John Cena a little bit. We had a few different
We did,
characters.
yeah. We had a couple.
We had King Shark, and then we had
someone else, didn't we?
Yeah, but I forgot who the second person was.
Blockbuster?
Yes, Blockbuster.
And Blockbuster. So obviously big characters.
So we're just thinking John Cena's just going to play a dude who's just really big and can beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, of course.
Essentially.
Yeah,
which
100%.
fits him very well.
Yeah.
So
Just out of curiosity, do you think either of the three characters that I mentioned, so Davidson, Das Malchian, and Cena, do you think they will make it, or do you think they'll die?
I think die.
I think Pete Davidson will die.
Yep.
I think Das Malchian will die a lot later.
Yep.
And I think Peacemaker will make it.
Peacemaker, I think, will make it.
Yeah.
But I feel like a few of these characters will, like, they won't all die at the same time, like in the first one.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like they'll just
definitely
slowly
agree.
die out along the mission.
Yeah, I do think there'll be a few that die early on.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you, yeah. So next we've got Joaquin Cosio. I think I've said that right. This one was really, really, really tough. I think we just went with some kind of mafia boss.
Yes, and that kind of ties into one of the characters we cast a bit later.
Yeah.
We think it's going to be some like head honcho for like a mafia group.
Yeah.
That was our like prediction.
Yeah, possibly giving intel, to be honest, as well.
Yeah.
That one's probably going to be hard. So I don't think he'll die. I just don't think he'll have a big role.
Or if like some of the Suicide Squad think that they can go rogue against Task Force X and Joaquin's there to like save the day for them.
Yeah, maybe
like help them get their escape route or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Next we got Nathan Fillion. We said he
was a hard one as well.
Once again, we went with King Shark on this one.
We were thinking some form of a voice acting role, but we couldn't really find a character that fit that one.
Yeah, we do think King Shark's a shoe-in to be in the movie though, because I don't think they'll do Killer Croc again.
No.
And King Shark is a staple character of the Suicide Squad.
So King Shark was Nathan Fillion.
I do believe he'll survive.
Yes.
As well.
I think he's like a prominent character.
Yep. Next we got Mei Ling NG. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name. It's literally just NG.
Mm-hmm.
We said Katana. Again, she's pretty staple in the Suicide Squad. She was in the first one, and I didn't think she was portrayed very well at all in the first one.
No, she wasn't.
She was so boring. So I do think she'll have a bit more of a role in this one, but I don't think she'll survive.
Oh, really?
I think she'll die. Yeah.
I thought she would survive.
Okay.
A little bit, like at least halfway.
Yeah. I think she'll probably last longer than most, but I don't think
she'll save someone's life and die.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a sword, man. What the fuck are you gonna do with a sword?
She's a katana.
Sorry, she'll probably just get shot though. You know, it'll be something stupid and funny like that. Next we've got Flula Borg, and he's a bit of a comedian, so we went with the Shrapnel. Honestly, just a wacky character. Like he's just made of shrapnel. He's just this weird deformed thing.
It's like Tony Stark, except the shrapnel's on the outside, not the inside.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but there's that one. Probably die as well.
He'd be a death.
Yeah. Sean Gunn as Clockman. I think Clockman will survive an extended period of time, but I do think he'll die.
Yeah, and Clockman is a guy who can manipulate. No, he can't manipulate. He can like use clocks.
He has excellent timing, I believe it is. So
yes.
he can study timing of like codes and alarms and shit, and he can devise plans that way.
Yes,
but he's pretty good with that shit.
So he probably help with the plan, then die as soon as the plan's ready.
I'd imagine so. Then you've got Juan Diego Boto. We said Count Vertigo. He has a drug. Pretty simple. I think he'll die as well. Storm Reed. So Storm Reed, we think will be the daughter of whoever Idris Elba plays. So at this point, the daughter of Bronze Tiger.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a role she'll play.
It'll be a small role, and she'll probably the villain might capture her or something.
Something like that. She'll probably be used as leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like in the first season of The Flash, how they threaten the daughter.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think she'll have a massive role as part of the team, but probably something like that.
Yeah.
Next we've got Alice Broger as Killer Frost. Again, no brainer. Steve Agee as Professor Pig, who I don't think will last 5 minutes. I think he'll die straight away.
Straight away, 100%.
Gone. Then we've got Tanashi Kajizi as Plastique. Daniela Melchior as Ratcatcher, who... Actually, Ratcatcher, I believe, had been confirmed a couple months ago to be in the film.
Okay.
And it was going to be as a female rather than a male. So, she makes sense. Then you got Peter Capaldi, who we said last week would be the Mad Hatter.
Yep.
Julio Ruiz as the Tattooed Man, who was in the first one. Common played him. He was the guy that had the meeting with the Joker.
Yes, and this is why we think that...
Yes, that's
the mafia guy.
As Joaquin Cosio.
Yeah, Joaquin. But this is where we think Joaquin will come in, where him and the Tattooed Man will kind of like work together to...
Yeah, I think they'll have some affiliation.
Some affiliation in some way.
Yeah.
Come from the same area or something.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Who knows? But like that's our prediction that they work together in some way.
And then we got Jennifer Holland as Silver Banshee, who appears in the Suicide Squad Hell to Pay animated movie. Mm-hmm. And then finally, Michael Rooker as Captain Cold. That one was a bit tough. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I think he'll survive for a long period of time though.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker. And then the last one, Taika Waititi. This one was, I think, by far the hardest.
Oh, yes.
I think we settled with a voice role. I don't see him
Yeah, we settled with some form of voice role, but we weren't sure which one.
I don't see him playing a major part as an actual actor.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I think just after watching him as Korg, I think I just see him as being a voice actor, as a funny voice actor.
Yeah.
And again, probably dying quite early on.
Probably.
Yeah. But that's our complete Suicide Squad list.
You know what we forgot?
Who?
We forgot the villain of the movie.
We did forget the villain.
I just thought about it. Like, great, we did great at casting everything, but then we forgot who they actually going to fight. Are they fighting?
Okay, well, quick off the top of your head, who do you think and why?
I'm thinking maybe like a character like that will play a similar role to John Cena, or like some character like a actor like that. Their character. I'm not sure what enemy they'll be going up against. Mm-hmm. But
do you think they'll have connections to the Suicide Squad?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe half the squad goes rogue again and they go against each other. It's like a fucking civil war.
That could be true.
Like
I think
with Joaquin, I'm convinced on this Joaquin theory.
You really are.
That the Joaquin like convinces some of the Suicide Squad to turn on Task Force X.
I don't think that's a bad theory at all. I think it's very, very plausible.
And they just kind of go against each other. It's like the Task Force X versus Joaquin's. Can't think of a alliteration term. Joaquin's Wonders.
Yeah,
and
let's
they
go with
fight
that.
to the death.
Yeah, probably.
And then Amanda just comes out of nowhere and just
yeah. I'm trying to think of a more grounded villain than the Enchantress, because that was just a horrible decision.
We're not getting... No, it's okay.
I'm not
Breathe.
Get into
We're not going to think about it. Breathe. It's okay.
Probably maybe someone... Well, in the animated movie, the first one is they break into Arkham Asylum to get something from the Riddler, and the Batman kind of plays the villain because he doesn't agree with the Task Force, so he wants them to stop it. So he wants to stop the whole thing. But then the second movie, I can't remember who the villain is for that one. Oh, it's some guy. They're trying to get Dr. Fate's mask, and anyway, they're all caught up with it. So I'm trying to think of someone a lot more grounded for the mission to be actually plausible. But to have 24 people to start off with,
it's a lot.
I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah.
You might be right. Maybe it's like a gang war.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for a gang war.
Yeah. And then they're drawn into the middle of it because Waller's been assigned to end it, I guess. That could work.
Maybe. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But yeah, that's our Suicide Squad cast predictions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please let us know what you think.
That was a lot to take in. I'm sure listening to a podcast, you probably don't remember any of one that we put.
Yeah. Don't you worry. Look, I'll post on Instagram each character as to who we think will be.
Really?
I will.
Damn, that's really that's a lot of dedication.
It's a lot of dedication.
Alrighty. Well, yes, that is the end of the podcast, unless you have anything to add.
No, I don't. Not at all.
No? Alright, fantastic. Yeah. Well, we hope you guys definitely did enjoy this episode of the Regular Size Man podcast. Make sure you go hit us up on our social medias at TRSM Podcast if you want to see Jacob post every prediction that we made tonight, because he's going to do it apparently. So good on him.
Hold me to it.
Otherwise, we thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. The support has been great lately. I think I say this every week, but it just really is fantastic, and we appreciate it, and we just love what we do over here, and we want to continue to expand on that. And so we just thank you guys for keeping us going. So anyway, have a great week. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. If you listen this far, you are an absolute legend. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.